Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, and today we are going to be talking about the Avalanche versus the Golden Knights game preview. Tonight, the Colorado Avalanche, my favorite team, take on the Vegas Golden Knights, one of our newest rivals through the past few years. Specifically last year, the Golden Knights are probably my least favorite team, so this should be an interesting one, a fun one. Both the Avalanche and the Golden Knights are currently struggling as the Avalanche, are 2-3, and the Golden Knights are 1-4. We beat the Lightning and the Blackhawks, and the Golden Knights only beating the Seattle Kraken. So this should be an interesting one. But without further ado, let's jump into this. As always, my message every time, I stick with it every day, is that Jesus is King. I pray that you give your life to him. He's got a plan and a purpose for you, and it is the greatest thing that I've ever done. If you want to give your life to Jesus, just read the Bible. Believe that Jesus died on the cross for your sins and he rose from the dead 3 days later, defying death. Then if you truly believe he died on the cross for your sins, and you will be saved and get to spend eternity with God and with Jesus in heaven and the new earth, all these things. And, it's one of the best decisions. You'll feel so much more peaceful, and I just can't recommend and can't talk about it enough. And it's my message on the channel. And, thank you all for supporting. And let's jump in to the preview. Starting off, we have sent Mikhail Maltsev down to the Colorado Eagles. Of course, we received Mikhail Maltsev in a Ryan Graves trade from the New Jersey Devils. Maltsev was struggling against Tampa Bay. He had some flashes, but he did have a few turnovers. So I don't hate the move of sending Maltsev down to have him develop just like we did Alex Newhook. I do really like Maltsev, and I think he could be a big piece to this team in the future as a third to fourth line center. Definitely a bottom six forward. But, right now he just needs to develop after struggling against the Lightning. So the Avalanche what is our last five looking like? So game 1, we beat Chicago. Then game 2, we lost to St. Louis. Game 3, we lost to Washington. Game 4, we lost to Florida. And game number 5, we beat Tampa Bay to move our record to 2-3-0 on the season. And the Vegas Golden Knights last 5, they beat Seattle in their home opener, but then they lost to the Kings, lost to St. Louis, lost to Edmonton, and lost to the Islanders. And they are currently sitting at 1-4-0 on the season. Now, the Avalanche's starting lines, I think this one, it's fairly obvious. They just released these lines today. Obviously, Nathan MacKinnon as the top and first line center, with Gabriel Landeskog and Mikko Rantanen as the wingers. That one's pretty obvious. Nazem Kadri is the second line center. Andrei Burakovsky being bumped back up to the second line after playing his last game on the fourth line, which was really, really weird. And then JT Compher as the other winger. Tyson Jost is the third line center with Sampo Ranta and Logan O'Connor. And I think this could be a deadly line. The third line here could be sneaky. Tyson Jost isn't terrible. He's not what we expected when we drafted him in the first round, but he's not terrible. And then Sampo Ranta, one of our top prospects, he's been playing all right. And then Logan O'Connor is an absolute steal at the contract that we got him on for the next 4 years. He's looked absolutely terrific out on the ice. And then the fourth line, we got Jason Magina, Darren Helm, and Martin Kaut. I'm hoping to look and see a lot of things from Kaut. Obviously our 2018 first round pick. So we'll see how he performs. I'm hoping and expecting some big things from Martin Kaut. So our starting defensive pairings, it is going to be the defense pairing of the future that we're all looking forward to seeing. Bowen Byram and Cale Makar being the defensive pairing. I am so excited to see this combo. We've seen it a little bit over the past few games, but as the first defensive pairing, I am so pumped. Then we got the Johnsons together, Jack Johnson and Eric Johnson on the same line. And then Curtis McDermott and Ryan Murray is going to be the third defensive pairing. I'm excited to see what McDermott could do. I wish this was Jacob McDonald, personally, but it is McDermott. And, I want to see what he can do. Ryan Murray's been solid, but I definitely think that Byron McCarr, Johnson, and Gerard, Bowenbaum, Cale McCarr, Eric Johnson, and Sam Gerard have been our 4 best defensemen. And then Jack Johnson is the 5th best one. But I'm excited to see what McDermott and Murray are going to do together against the Vegas Golden Knights tonight. And then our goaltenders, Darcy Kemper is getting the start against the Golden Knights, and Jonas Johansson will be the backup. The current Avalanche injuries are Devon Taves. I still think he is day-to-day, and hopefully will be making his season debut sometime here soon, because we're gonna need him back with Sam Girard injured. We got Valeri Nichushkin. He is out. Pavel Francouz, and I did actually forget here, Samuel Girard. He is also technically injured. I think he's day-to-day, but I can't remember what Coach Bednar said. So the starting lines for the Vegas Golden Knights, they also do have a lot of injuries, actually. It is William Karlsson as their first-line center with Jonathan Marchessault and Riley Smith as the top-line wingers. They got Chandler Stevenson with Peyton Krebs and Matthias Janmark on the second line. They have Nicholas Waugh as their third-line center, Keegan Colasar, and Evgeny Dadanov. And then they have, Leschyshyn with Will Carrier and Howden. So they are a little bit hurt and banged up, the Golden Knights are, but hopefully we can win, because we do have some injuries, and we know what it's like to have our best player out. Landeskog was suspended, McKinnon had COVID, so Linchushkin's out. So yeah, we'll see how this one goes, but I do like our matchup against their forwards. Their defense, it's still pretty good. I don't think it's as good as ours, but they have Nicholas Hague and Alex Pietrangelo as their top defensive pairing. They have Shea Theodore and Miromanov as their second defensive pairing. They have Braden McNabb and Dylan Coughlin as their third defensive pairing. Their goaltenders are Robin Lehner and Boursois as their backup. And their current injuries are a lot. They got Alex Tuck, Mac Pacioretty, their captain Mark Stone, Zach Whitecloud, Alec Martinez, and recently acquired Nolan Patrick. So they do have an extended injury list, but that's hockey. Some players are going to get injured, so you got to kind of roll with who you have. So my predictions for this game: who do I think has the better forwards in this game? Definitely us with Mark Stone, Alex Tuck, Max Pacioretty out. I do think we have the better forwards in this group. Defense, the same thing. I personally think we have the best blue line in the league with Makar, Byram, Johnson. Girard and Taves are out, but I still like those top 3 over Pietrangelo, Theodore. So I do think our defense is better. And Robin Lehner versus Darcy Kemper, I'm going to give Kemper the edge. I think he's been fantastic for us. He's been absolutely, as advertised, who I thought we were getting one of the top goalies in the National Hockey League. So I'm going to give that one to the Avs. And for the win tonight, I'm going to give us a 4-2 victory over the Golden Knights. I do think that they will pot 2, but hopefully Kemper can force that shutout. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. The top line's been rolling. My only question is, can Burakovsky get rolling on that second line? He's been struggling early this season. He's been slightly off, just slightly missing passes. So we'll see if he can get rolling tonight. That's my prediction. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Thank you for watching, and as always, go Avs, go.